right. All right. What's going on, fam? Excuse me. You ever get something caught in your throat? I ate some like a little trail mix, and I got some of the trail caught in my goddamn throat. I can't get the shit out. But what's up, man? What's going on, family? How's everybody doing? Welcome to the Tariq Elite live Ustream show. Ready to chop up some game as usual. It is Sunday night. We are right on time. You know what? I should have let people know that I'm doing my show. I should have sent an email out because my main Facebook page, that's still down. My main Facebook page will be down for a couple of more weeks. And I got my backup page at The Real Tariq Nasheed. That's my backup Facebook page. And again, we're going to be coming up with our own social networking site pretty soon. So do not trip. And people are coming on in the room. Let me see who's up in the room. That's why it's not like at 1,000 yet, because my main page is down. So a lot of folks don't know that I'm on live right now. Because usually we'll be at 1,000 people right when I get on. And we're just at 500 now. You dig? So everybody, what you do, thank you for the thank you. Somebody said it's a supply shirt, thank you. So put on your page, put on Twitter, put on Facebook that we're live right now. Put the link up so people can join us. You dig? Yeah, we're going to talk about the governor of Maine. We're going to talk about him. That's why you guys should follow the Ustream page, just in case one of my pages get taken off or whatever. You guys can actually follow the Ustream page, so whenever I go live, you'll get an alert when I'm going live. What's up, Lance Houston Jazz? Yeah, Black Youngster. I saw that, man. I gotta find. Let me find that interview of Black Youngster. Hold on. Let me find that interview of Black Youngster doing an interview. Now that's unfortunate what happened to the dude. And Black Youngster is he's a brother. They keep saying that he's a rapper. He's not. He don't have anything out that anybody really knows. You understand? So hold on, Black. Hold on. So let me. And no, not to disparage Black Youngster. Not to disparage him. But Black Youngster did the most niggerish interview. Now, I think Black Youngster is down with Yo Gotti. And again, he's up and coming in the game. Black Youngster is up and coming in the game. But my man did an interview. Hold on, I'm trying to see if I can find the interview of Black Youngster. Let me see the interview where he was doing the interview with his money in his hand. There we go. There it is. Excuse me. All right, let me download this so the family can see it. Hold on. All right, let me download this of Black Youngster doing an interview talking about what's happening with him. And I'm going to talk about the RZA too. Shout out to the RZA. They didn't got to the brother, man. They didn't got to the RZA. The RZA did an interview talking about, if we dress a certain way, we got to dress like grown men so the cops don't be scared. Something to that effect. And, that's just incorrect. And he should know that. The RZA should know that. The RZA and those guys, they started the whole, they were very influential. They were one of the Wu-Tang. They were one of the first hip-hop groups to have a clothing line. With Wu Wear, they're one of the first groups to have a clothing line. So for him to come out and say that, that kind of threw a lot of people back. You dig? And I'm trying to download this Black Youngster thing. Let me see. We got some people on the phone. Let me see who's on the phone. What's up? Who's calling?
Huh?
What's up, man? Who's calling?
Oh, no. This is Lincoln.
Lincoln? Where you calling from, Lincoln?
Oh, I'm calling from Orange County, California.
There you go, man. What's on your mind?
Hey, man. Yeah, I want to know if you have been paying attention to what was going on in Cologne, Germany, on New Year's Eve, where they tried to claim that it was 1,000. They used the word North Africans, basically raping a bunch of white German women, and they had declared it on like 4 or 5 days later. Well, after the police in that city over there in Germany had said the next morning that nothing had happened, all of a sudden, all of the storefront .com type dudes, white dudes, are getting all like crazy about it, and they're declaring that 1,000 North African men, Arabs too, but at first they said North Africans,
right,
which implies black.
Right,
we all know that.
Right.
Raped a whole bunch of white German girls and had a long line of them into some type of walk of rape shame or something, and the cops did nothing, type of thing. And the police have been covering it up for them and all the rest of this nonsense, and that the police chief even said that he couldn't arrest them or something to that effect because of political correctness. It was bullshit.
That sounds like a crock of shit. Yeah, that sounds like a complete crock of shit. They always have these black terror or African menace stories that's so exaggerated that the white supremacists like to cling on, because they'll just use that to continue doing what they're doing, which is practice white supremacy. They need anything to justify doing what they're doing. You dig? So yeah, that's
all over YouTube.
Oh, I'm gonna look into that.
It's all over Facebook and stuff. You got to check that out. You know what I'm saying? Because they were saying North Africans at first. Now they're saying Arab, but the first initial thing was North Africans. Yeah, I call it the African Raper Brigade.
Yeah, I'm gonna look into that, man. But thanks for the call, fam. Yeah. They always make up the imaginary black rapist stories that they always pull up. You know, that's why Bill Cosby is going through what he's going through. That goes into the rapey black man stereotype. And the stereotype is no matter how much money and education you give a black man, they just cannot resist raping the precious white woman. You dig? So that's what that's all about. Show download it. Okay. Now let me show this video clip of Black Youngster. Now this is a brother, and this is the thing, man. If you get something happens to you, and this is why I can't co-sign everybody when something happens to them. As far as white supremacy, you getting targeted by law enforcement. The guy withdrew some money and then he went outside the bank and the cops gaffled him up a little bit. So now the dude is using this, you know, he's just wallowing in the attention now. All right, black youngster. Now it's on some attention shit. You know, my man is just really wallowing in the attention. They interviewed him. I don't know if it's the same day or a day later, but whatever. He's standing here with a bunch of money in his hand. I'm like, okay. And, you know, it's just a real niggerish interview. All right, this is Black Youngster after the cops gaffled him for getting money. He's bragging about all the money he got. You know, it's like, come on, dude. You know.
What's the deal here? I went in the bank, you know. I got 200,000 on my account. And I was in the bank, and I come out the bank, I see the police. I'm walking to the car, I see one of them put in my bag like him. So they come bum rush me at the car and put me on the ground, put guns to my head, you know, like. So I'm like, what I do? And then later were like, I was supposed to have 200,000 on me. So I'm like, I'm a millionaire. Like, how can I not have 200,000 on me? They said somebody wrote a bogus check, and they thought I did a bogus check too, but I'm legit. So they confused me with whoever they were looking for. They confused me with them and thought I was doing something bogus. Until they realized, when they checked my account, saying I was worth 1.3 million, and they realized, you know, he a multi-millionaire. So we gotta let him go. And they apologized to me, but they just took 100,000 of my money. I'm gonna go to the police precinct right now and go get my other 100,000. So I'm gonna get my money from them, and I'm gonna get out the city. I gotta roll.
Okay, so I'm sorry, but I gotta ask you. What are you doing with $200,000?
I'll finna go buy me a vehicle. They got the new Mercedes-Benz out, you know, like the Maybach.
Right.
The Maybach, I'll finna go get one. I was about to go buy one cash. But they just really made me so mad, I don't even want one. I might go.
Put your money up, man. Dad, come on. Put your money up, dude. cut that's that zip coon shit, dude. Put your money up, dude. You know, you ain't got to be out there. You're minimizing what happened to you. Now you're using it as an opportunity. Shout out to Hawaii. Shout out to Hawaii. What's up, Jan? But put your money up, man. You know, stop all that nigger rich flossing. You got your money. You literally standing there to let everybody know. That's that nigger rich shit that black folks, we got to let everybody know how much money we got. I got 1.3 million, you know. We talk too fucking much. We run our damn mouths too much. We get something, we want everybody to know we got it. We want everybody to know we got it. This nigga literally showing all of his money. You using this to promote yourself and possibly a mixtape. Dude, that's why I can't get behind every single case of something, you know, happening, because you stand behind certain dudes and then they do some real niggerish shit, man. I mean, come on. All right.
About Ferrari now, I feel aggressive. I feel fast. You know.
So they thought you were going to rob the bank.
They thought I was getting a bogus $200,000 out the bank. They thought the $200,000 I was getting out the bank was bogus, like it was a bogus check I gave them, or a bogus deposit I got out, you know, whatever, withdrawal. They was a bogus withdrawal. But somebody else had did a bogus check. And they couldn't believe that I was young, black, handsome as hell. And I was getting $200,000 now. And they were like, man, you know, they couldn't believe it. Young, black, handsome. And I had my Rolex on, you know, I had my bust down roller with all the diamonds in it, you know. I'm my rich folks stuff today.
Dude, don't nobody get it. And that's why they when the white supremacists see that shit, they just let the camera roll. You bragging about your Rolex you had on, god damn. Y'all cut that nigga shit out, man. That type of shit gets you robbed right there. That's the kind of shit that gets you robbed right there. Niggas say I'm hating. I hate no stuff. I'm not about to what? Hating on what? Ain't nothing to hate on. I mean, put your money up, dude, because dudes like that, you know, I've seen dudes flossing dudes just on a street level. Let me talk some street shit in a minute. Let me finish this. I'm gonna break some street game down tonight. Hold on.
200.
So how much you got right here?
It's 100,000. They took 100,000.
That's enough. The nigga's petting his money in front of the white people. It's just like, he's literally rubbing his money. And that goes back to the old zip coon stereotype. That goes back to the zip coon, Amos and Andy stereotype that white people love to perpetuate. They love to see a black person who tries to pretend that he's equal to the white supremacists. And that's the way that a lot of people with the zip coon mentality feel that they're equal. If they get a lot of material things and then floss it, you rubbing your money, look at all this money, I got a Rolex. That's why black folks are on that. We're very materialistic about certain things. And look, there's nothing wrong with materialism if you have it and you're doing other things. You know, there's nothing wrong with nice shit, but we get nigger rich. We get every dime we have and floss it, just to floss it. Just like Neely Fuller said, our goal in life is to show off in front of other black folks. Really, he was doing that for all the niggas in the hood watching him. And that nigga right there will be the first one crying when Gloria Allred is doing a press conference next to some white woman who said he sent her a DM and she felt uncomfortable. Dude was up here rubbing his money. Young black youngster, whatever, brother. Don't do no shit like that, bro. Y'all gotta stop doing shit like that. A lot of cats in the rap game, you gotta understand. A lot of dudes in the rap game ain't really no thorough, stomp down, true to the bone street dudes. A lot of them are not. A lot of them are not. And a lot of times, a real street dude or some real gully niggas, they can tell a person who ain't really about that life. Because niggas about that life, you know how to kind of be low key with your shit. You know how to be low key. You ain't a real dude who's about that life. You ain't really flossing like that. You ain't doing all that old bullshit. Because you know that, number one, you don't want law enforcement looking at your shit, so you want to be low if you're really getting it in on a street level. If you're really getting it in, the name of the game is to be low key. See, that's what happened with a lot of the drug dealers and hustlers in the 80s. In the 80s, a lot of niggas got in the game who weren't really no thorough dudes. A lot of dudes kind of stumbled in the game and lucked up on the game because when crack came, it was real easy for the average Joe Blow to make some big money real fast. So you saw a lot of that flossy nigga shit starting in the 80s. Remember, now in the 70s, let's get into some street shit. In the 70s, you had the Frank Lucases, the Nicky Barnes, you had the Frank Matthews. That's another hustler that y'all need to look into. This is a hustler who actually got away. This dude made millions of dollars, and dudes got out, and he got out the game, and the feds were never able to find this dude. They never found. This is why y'all never heard of Frank Matthews. I think Frank Matthews was probably, I think he was out of New York, but Frank Matthews was a big time dope dealer in the 70s. This dude was big, and this nigga disappeared. They were about to indict the dude. That nigga bounced. They never found that dude. That nigga disappeared. But the thing is, remember, man, in the 70s, at that time, you know, you had the P's, you had the hustlers then, so there was a code of conduct, there were rules. Now, you had the PIs, they would floss, but they had a network of players. You dig? But the D-boys, the drug dealers, because the PIs back then, you could floss because, hell, what they gonna compensate? They can't confiscate your mouthpiece. No, you're making your mouthpiece. That's what's making your money. But the drug dealers at the time, you know, they were low key, and this is why, like, if you look at the movie American Gangster, the Frank Lucas character, he was talking about not flossing. His wife got him this big old fur coat, and the minute he put on that fur coat, that's when he got on the radar of law enforcement. They're like, who is this nigga in this big ass fucking coat? Because the pimps, they could rock those fur coats because you couldn't really touch them like that because you can't confiscate a motherfucker's mouthpiece. You dig? Now, they got certain laws now, but back then, you know, the PIs could floss like that, so you couldn't really touch them like that. But the drug dealers, if they were too flossy, you get them on the radar. You start looking in their background and seeing that they got, you know, they got work all over the place. Then you can get them. So they knew how to be low key. But in the 80s, niggas start flossing. Even Rick Ross. Let's look into Rick Ross, the real Rick Ross out here. Rick Ross, the real Rick Ross, the drug dealer, he was hella low key. Rick Ross was hella low key. See, his name, everybody knew his name, but most people didn't know what Rick Ross looked like. He was extremely low key. He wasn't no flossy dude at all. You know, but he came in, well, he basically helped start the crack era, and a lot of the other people followed, but Ricky Freeway Ross, he hung around a lot of the gangbangers, so he understood the game. Yeah, I do have an update on our brother. I'll keep you posted on that in a couple of weeks. You know what's up. I'll let you know in a couple of weeks what's up with my man. But like I said, with Ricky Ross, you know, he came from that 70s era, you know, being around the gangsters, the gangbangers and all that. So he was cut from a different cloth. So he knew how to be low key with getting his paper because, you know, he's down there South Central and your ass would have been lunch, you out there flossing. So in the 80s, Ricky Ross was a real low key dude. And when people finally saw him, they were like, okay, he was a very unassuming dude. You know, you would never know that this dude was a big time kingpin just looking at the dude. So he knew the importance of being low key with yours. Now, when the crack era came and it broke, and everybody found out that formula on how to make crack, because Rick Ross and those guys, they created, well, somebody gave him that formula of the Ready Rock, of using the baking soda to cut up rocks and all that old shit to rock up cocaine. So once everybody else got that formula, the average Joe Blow, goofy nigga, could make a lot of paper. I knew a lot of goofy ass niggas in the 80s who made a lot of money. But those goofy ass niggas kept getting caught up. I know goofy ass niggas who made a lot of money and became so-called kingpins, but you know, these niggas got caught, they went to jail, niggas fucked them up, niggas robbed them, niggas shot them, niggas paralyzed. All those niggas I know, a lot of the goofy niggas who came up in the 80s, they got done in because they didn't really have the heart of a hustler. Yeah, they didn't have the heart of a hustler. Yeah, Rick Ross, people, the dude's name resonated so much. Rick Ross is about 5'3" or some shit. He's a little bitty dude, you know? He's a little bitty dude. And that's not to disrespect, brother, but I'm just saying he's very unassuming. You dig? But is Ustream acting up? So Ustream is going in and out. Okay. Somebody's saying that if the Ustream was going in and out, my bad. I don't know what's happening with it, but hopefully it'll be all right. And you guys can listen to the playback a little bit later. But I don't want to miss my point. My point is we're talking about the hustlers. And in the 80s, that's when you saw a lot of dudes. They made a lot of money real fast, but they didn't have that heart of a hustler. They just lucked up on a game that was popping, and the crack game was popping real heavy. So a lot of niggas lucked up on a lot of money. So you got a lot of dudes out here. You look at the drug dealers from the 80s, all the big chains and big ass watches and popping bottles and big leather Dapper Dan suits and all this shit and big old loud cars trying to live like the pimps. You dig? But once all these dudes got on the radar, they didn't know how to, you know, buy their way into law enforcement, get cops in their pocket, make sure their connections ain't throwing them under the bus, make sure that you got some on your connections just in case they snitch. They didn't have the business of the game down. It was all about this money. We're making a lot of money, and I'm going to keep it going as long as I can go. So it's all about flossing and trying to get pussy and all that old shit. And that's what it was about with those dudes. A lot of dudes who weren't used to money were using their money basically to get ass. That was the name of the game. And just like my man in the video, my man Black Youngster, because in the video he talks about, yeah, I'm going to go to the strip club. And I mean, come on, bro. Put your money up. Because what happened, niggas saw these flossy dope dealers back in the 80s, and a lot of them niggas became lunch because you knew a nigga who's flossing is insecure. That's one thing. A real hustler knows, a street nigga knows, a real flossy nigga is hella insecure. So he's going to be a target. A nigga's flossing too much, going out of his way, making a spectacle of himself, drawing attention to himself, that's a nigga who's insecure. So a real dude who's about that life, you in the cut looking at him. You see his weakness and you're going to exploit his weakness. In the game, all your weaknesses can be exploited. Not just by other dudes out here, you know, who's really about that life, but a lot of women too. That's why a lot of rappers get caught up with women who know the game. Excuse me. That's why a lot of rappers, not only do they get caught up getting robbed, they get caught up with women who know the game. Just like Fetty Wap. Shout out to Fetty Wap. I like Fetty Wap. But Fetty Wap got some chick pregnant. Didn't he get one of those chicks from Love and Hip Hop pregnant? One of these chicks? This chick done hustled this nigga. She done got a seed from this nigga. All of his little publishing money is going to be gone. This dude knocked up a chick in the game, or who used to be in the game, a chick with a nice mouthpiece on her. Because that chick, I can tell she got a mouthpiece on her. She got some game about herself. You can look at her and tell. She's a West Coast chick too. You fuck around one of these chicks, nigga. Out here, some of these West Coast women, they got mouthpieces on them, man. They can spit your ass to the poorhouse, man. Masika, that's her name. That's a fly. She's a fine ass chick. And she got game, man. This chick has been around. She's been around the game, so she knows what's up. So they know an insecure nigga. See, the women knew too. When women see a nigga out there rubbing his money, petting his money like a dog, and look, I got all that money. I got 100,000. When women see that, they're like, okay, nigga, okay. And then they're gonna target your ass too. They're gonna target your ass too. These women see that flossy nigga shit popping, they're targeting you too. That's why they target a lot of rappers, a lot of dumbass rappers. A lot of them are dumb because they're new to the game. They ain't really got no street sense, no street hustle. These were square niggas who lucked up and won the record deal lottery. You dig? So you better get some game about yourself out here and stop flossing so damn much. Keep your money in your pocket, man, because the game is real heavy out here. People are thirsty. So the name of the game is to be low-key about your money like that. Don't put your money in. Again, I know niggas are insecure. I know a lot of niggas, that's the only way you can get some asses by overtly flossing. But the thing is, man, you don't have to floss your money. You put your money on you, not in a flossy way, but just in the style and the swag you have. If you carry yourself a certain way, on a player level, people can smell the success off you. You know, especially a real ass chick. A real chick can see a dude who's successful. A real chick, if she's a true to the game female, she knows when a dude is successful, even if he's like real low key. See, the problem is all that flossing. Again, it shows insecurity, and the type of women you're going to catch women who are scheming. You'll catch a top-notch woman with so much game she can spot an insecure nigga, so she's going to scheme on you, or you're going to get like a little hood rat. You understand? You're going to get some hood rat ass chicks. They ain't never had shit either. You dig? So you're going to be on some bum ass nigga shit who hit the lotto, and she's going to be on a bum ass chick level. You dig? And just because cats got money, a lot of times people still engage in dusty nigga shit. Just like, you know, this chick who won the lotto somewhere on the East Coast, I think somewhere in North Carolina, somewhere Virginia, I forgot where it was, but there was this sister who won the lotto. She won a lot of money in the lotto, and she has this boyfriend, and she keep bailing this dude out of jail. You know, she done bailed him out about 3 or 4 times, and she done spent, like $12 million. Now, at first, I'm like, okay, that's a down-ass chick. But now, you keep bailing this dude out. Now, it's not down-ass chick no more. Now, you acting dusty. I can respect the chick. You got paper like that. Your dude is in a situation, you getting him out of it. But now, if you got to keep getting this nigga up out of jail, now you're fucking with a liability. Now you rocking with a nigga who's a liability. That her name is Marie Holmes? Okay. Now, at some point, you got to cut that dusty nigga shit off. At some point, you're going to have to charge dusty nigga shit to the game and act like you got something and flip your mentality. You dig? Because you can't play Captain Saber, bro, when niggas are fucking up the game like that. And this nigga, whoever he is, number one, Marie, whatever her name is, she need to be getting with a dude who can help her keep that money flowing and keep that money growing. Because the thing is, you fuck with dusty ass niggas and you didn't hit a lick like that, you gonna end up broke. That's why most people who hit the lottery end up broke after a certain time, usually after 5 years, because it's your mentality. Your money is all about the mentality you have. You dig? Because you can give somebody a lot of money. If they don't have a hustle mentality, they're going to lose it. Or you can give a person with a little money You give a person who has no money, who has a hustle mentality, you give them some paper, they'll flip that shit and do some real good things with it. So the thing is, if you hit a lick and you get you some paper, you come up in the game and you luck up, and luck is good, ain't nothing wrong with luck, but you got to be prepared to take luck and then flip luck. You understand? You got to flip luck. You better flip a lucky situation. Because getting a record deal is luck. Getting a reality show, that's luck to a certain degree because you have so many people trying to get in there. But when you get that, you better know how to flip that and work that shit. You understand? And a lot of y'all females out here too. Y'all got to step. I feel real gamed up tonight. This is some game. We're going to spit some game tonight. A lot of y'all Instagram models out there. So y'all better learn how to flip that shit. Y'all got to start doing some real fly shit and flip that shit with what you got. That Instagram model thing. Because now I see these Instagram models, what they do. You got ass and titties out and all that. And then eventually they'll put out some nude pictures and all this old shit. But y'all better know how to flip that. I know they do a lot of the things with the appearances. They make appearances here and there. But y'all got to start being more creative with that hustle. Shout out to the Westbrooks. They got a television show at the game. That's what's up. They got a television show at the game. But a lot of these women, they out there, these Instagram models got 500,000 followers, 1 million followers. And the best thing you doing is selling fucking flat tummy tea, So that flat tummy tea game, I don't know how much they breaking off, but the flat tummy tea game, right now there's a thought stigma to that shit. So you better learn how to flip some other shit. And use that to your advantage and use it fast. You dig? Yeah, they go to Dubai, yeah. Yeah, they go to Dubai and do all that. But yeah, y'all better learn how to flip that shit. And make that thing work. And get your just in case money going on too. Because you got to understand what you're going to do when you can't floss ass and titties no more. That's why, I do respect Amber Rose. Amber Rose stepped her acting game up. I saw a movie today with Amber Rose in it, and she did pretty good. She was doing pretty good. And I do not knock her hustle. Amber Rose, she was in the whole ass and titty thing with the people she was dating, and people knew her for ass and titties. So she's working that shit and she's learning how to flip it for herself, and that's good. I can't hate on that. Yeah, Portia, I love Portia from Housewives of Atlanta. That's a fine motherfucker. Portia's fine as shit. So she's learning, okay, I just can't be relying on how fine I am in this body. Let me flip some other shit. Let me get some wigs, some weaves, some lace fronts. Flip that. Work your pieces. Work your hustle. You got to use all that shit as one big commercial. You dig? Use it as an infomercial. When you're on television, use that shit as an infomercial. Use that shit as a commercial. Yeah. Amber flipped it into a brand. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at that. But yeah, a lot of y'all Instagram models, man, y'all need to be out there getting acting lessons. Learn how to flip that shit so y'all can start getting into TV shows. Because that's another thing. I noticed when we did some auditioning for some stuff that we had going on out here, a lot of these urban models can't act for shit. And they got this whole video hole mentality where they want to come show up whenever they feel like it and all that because they're used to dealing with these little dusty niggas on video sets where these dusty niggas will kiss their asses, or they're used to dealing with dusty niggas in these cities that fly them in to do these little appearances. So you can go and kind of be the, that little uppity chick with these dudes. But when it comes to doing some legitimate work, that's not going to fly. Nobody's trying to deal with you if you got that video hole mentality. So you got to know how to work your shit and flip it and really make the most out the game when you win the game. You dig? But again, my whole point is it's about flossing. I was talking about dude. It was all about flossing and being insecure about your flossing game. When you're flossing like that, people can see that you're insecure and you're going to become free lunch to folks. So keep your paper in your pocket. You invest in your swag, your game, your style, your finesse, and you don't have to floss because you're going to have an aura. If you gamed up, and women can tell if your money is straight just by the way you acting. Thanks, Tim. Women can tell your money is straight just by the way you acting. You dig? And I ain't knocking niggas for going to the strip club. I'm not knocking that either. I'm not knocking that either. I'm not knocking the strip joints either because, again, we live in a different time now where sometimes it's better to be practical because sometimes you might have to just trick your little money off at the front door because right now you got the Gloria Allreds out here. You go on a date with somebody and you thought the date went cool, and the next day she's doing a damn press conference talking about you bit her titty nipple off. You dig? And she had to get it sewed back on. You never know. What's up, Shay Peterson? What's up to Ola? Shout out to my assistant. Ola's in the house. Ola is in the house. And shout out to the Bay Area, man. Ola sent me some of the sales for the Bay Area lecture that I'm doing at the end of this month. And that shit is damn near halfway sold out. So the Bay is representing. Shout out to the Bay. Shout out to the Bay Area, man. The Bay, y'all ready for that game, I see. The Bay Area is ready for the ism. So I got to get out there and represent because the Bay, they coming out heavy. Man. And again, if y'all want to get tickets to my lecture in the Bay, go to TariqLive.com. TariqLive.com. And also my lecture in Cincinnati, you can go to TariqLive.com. Shout out to the, what's my man, the promoter, Elijah? I got to holler at you, the promoter in Cincinnati, because hopefully this is cool. I hope there's some behind-the-scenes stuff going on with the promoters. The promoters, you know, there's a struggle vibe with the promoters. No disrespect. Hopefully everything turns out good. Because the promoter was on some, you know, balling on a budget type thing. And I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, okay, what's up with the hotel? And I got to holler at the promoter about the hotel. It was like some kind of 3-star joint. And I don't stay in 3-star joints, man. So Ola, you gotta rock with me. Hey, the promoter, he seems like a cool dude, you know, but it just seems like it might be some shit. So I'm mentally preparing myself already. Because they were like, he hit me up today like, hey man, we might have to change the venue. Oh shit. Oh. You know, because usually I stay in hotels that are 4-star and up. You know, I don't stay in no 3-star. You dig? I only stay in 4-star and up. That's just for my own personal hygiene. You dig? I'm not trying to go to hotels with pee stains on the curtains. None of that stuff. I said we're gonna be at the La Quinta. Man. But the promoter, he seems cool, but there's some struggling going on. You dig? And again, with smaller markets like Cincinnati, the promoters, that's the thing. If you're a promoter in a smaller market, you got to really have an ear to the streets and just really know what's going on. And there has to be a crowd of people that are going to really soak up the information and be down for this type of information. You understand? Say I'm a Devo. No. I don't ask for much on my lectures, man. I don't ask for much, man. I usually fly first class. I usually do fly first class. I usually do. Sometimes I might fly coach, but I usually fly first class. I usually do. And those are basically my 2 main requirements. You know, I need water in my dressing room. Make sure, these are my basic requirements. You want me to do a lecture. You know, y'all know my standard rate. Have it at a cool venue. Not in the back of a damn library and no bullshit. You know, just at a cool venue. I want to be in a 4-star hotel, 4-star or higher, 4-star or higher, 4 or 5-star. and first class. Possibly I could do coach on a cool airline. That's it. I don't ask for much. I ain't trying to be squeezed on Southwest Airlines and then I got to get off and go to the fucking Snooty Fox Hotel. I'm not. Yeah, sometimes, niggas be wanting to cut corners, and don't cut corners with me, Like, hey, brother, I got you some snacks. It'll be a damn package of Ritz crackers. I'm like, what the fuck? Come on, bro. We can't have that. Now, the sister, when I did my lecture in Philly, the sister, she had it laid out. That sister had all types of organic chicken wraps. This sister had it laid out. That sister was on point with it. That sister was on point with it. I talked about RZA's comments earlier, brother. I talked about that earlier. The Kool-Aid and chicken. The chocolate mints on every pillow. Man. Ola, no promoters tried to put us in no real janky hotel, have they? I'm trying to see if we ever stayed in a janky spot. I'm trying to see if we stayed in a janky spot before. I would love to come to Toronto, man. Y'all got to holler at me, man. Bring me on up there. Yeah. Fortunately, most of them, they haven't had us in janky hotels, and that's good. Yeah, where are we staying in the Bay? We got a 5-star hotel in the Bay. Shout out to my man Bryson. He's the promoter. The Bay, that shit is laid out nice, man. Every spot has been pretty cool. Yeah, every spot has been pretty cool. But now also, family, I'm going to have the trailer for Hidden Colors 4 coming in a couple of weeks. The trailer is coming in a couple of weeks. Yes, I did an interview with the Carl Nelson show. We did a tribute to Dr. Welsing, and I'm going to be at her funeral on the 23rd out there in D.C. So I will be in D.C. on the 23rd for Dr. Francis Cress Welsing's lecture. So I will definitely be out there in D.C. Yeah, I'm going to be in the San Francisco, Oakland, Berkeley area. Yes, we're going to be out there in the Bay making it do what it do. Yeah, I'm coming to D.C., but I'm going to be at a funeral, though. Yeah? Hey, man, one dude, I did a lecture, and this dude gave me some kind of drink. Olo, you remember that? The dude gave me hey, man, I make these drinks, and I made this drink for you. It was like a drink in a plastic thermos. I don't know what this shit was. Yeah, man, I make this drink for you, man. It's real healthy. I'm like, all right. I'm like, I ain't about to drink this. Dude, no disrespect, but goddamn. I'm not about to drink something that you done made and put in a damn thermos. Yeah, that shit was crazy. Yeah, have them bring me on up there to Toronto. And have them bring me when they're really ready to roll. Have them bring me up there when they're really ready to roll. And that's another thing. Y'all call me when y'all ready to roll. I hate when dudes, especially brothers, call me or email me about coming somewhere. I'm like, call me when you're ready. Then they hit me up. Man, they weren't going to give me the funding. Stop. I don't want to hear all that shit. I don't want to hear all that dumb shit. Don't email me all that shit. Because now I think you're trolling. Now, if you email me whining about some shit, you lost the money or How come your school can't bring me to the school? I don't give a fuck about that. The hell are you telling me all that for? Like I want to sit up and hear about a bunch of the problems at your school. Man, we were gonna bring you here, man, but we had went over budget and we had lost the money at the school. I don't give a fuck. And brothers be on that shit. Too many dudes got that whiny crybaby shit. They just want to whine to somebody. I don't want to hear that shit about how come you can't do something. Go tell your mama that, nigga. That's what she's there for, to lay your head on her bosom. I ain't trying to hear all that, dude. Hit me when you're ready to do business. Grown man business. Shout out to the dudes in Toledo. Those brothers were grown man business. Man, these brothers were thorough. No questions asked. They had my paper. When I got there, they came to the hotel room, gave me my paper, rolled out the red carpet. I love just straight good business. No excuses, no nothing. None of that. Man, what happened was they pulled that shit on us when I did Houston one time. Was that Houston? I went down there. They didn't have all my money, and they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna have it after." And after turned into 3 fucking months. You dig? I got half before I got there, and they were supposed to give me money because I'm like, I need my money before I go on stage, and they were like, "We're gonna PayPal it now," and they kept talking about, "Oh man, we ain't got no internet service. We can't PayPal down here." I'm like, okay, they were coming up with every damn excuse to not give me my money right there. TSU, that's right. Yeah, the PayPal. Yeah. My battery died on my phone. I can't PayPal now, but I'm going to PayPal when I get another phone. All right. Nigga, they pulled that PayPal. I can't work my phone routine. And then I did the shit, and I'm waiting. Well, we're going to give it to you tomorrow. Nigga, it turned into about 3-4 months before I got the rest of my money from them foes, man. That's why now I'm telling y'all, if I go to a city, y'all don't have the rest of my money, nigga, y'all gonna see, look up in the sky, I'm gonna be in a plane like, hello, it's me. I'm gonna be singing to your ass. Hello from the other side. Goodbye. Fuck that. So blame the promoter. If I go to your city and I don't show up, it's the promoter's fault. You dig? Hey, I'm not gonna hold it against the entire city. I'm not gonna hold it against them. Yeah, I want to see that interview with Minister Farrakhan, what he did. What's up here? Who? Yeah, I know. I gotta watch it. It comes on at 8 or 9.
8.
I'm about to watch it in a minute. Yeah, I gotta finish doing my show. Why? You what? You got what? I gotta finish doing my show. What are you doing? What are you talking about? About another hour. Why?
Come upstairs.
For what?
I want to watch it with you.
Watch the show with you? Why? I gotta finish doing my show. What the fuck is you talking about? Do what?
Yeah, usually end it by now.
No, I don't. I don't end the show at 8 o'clock. I just started.
Shut up.
The hell you gotta, what? Why? What's upstairs you want me to? Peter's trying to get me to go upstairs. What the fuck is upstairs?
Come upstairs. Pause it.
Pause it?
Just go.
What's upstairs you want me to see? What the fuck? Alright. Peter talking in code. What the hell she got upstairs? Like, come upstairs. What's she got to show me? Says Peanut wants some loving. I know. I don't know what the hell she wants. She's talking to code. It better be something important. It better be no stupid shit. I have no idea what she's talking about. And I don't want to cut the show off right now. You dig? What if she got another woman up there, they want to do a threesome? You dig? What if that's my surprise? It's another woman up there, they want to get it in. But just my luck, it'll be this.
I'm looking for me a real man. You gotta be skinny, you gotta be sexy, you gotta have a big long dick. Like for real, that's why I like my man. I like my man skinny with a long dick, with a big dick. That's what I like.
I'm like, shit. But, oh man. He said Peter set me up to get robbed. Man. Let me do it. Let me run upstairs real quick. Let me play the rest of this dude's interview. I'll be back in 1 minute. Just count to 60. I'll be right back.
Why, and
It's 100 G's right here, cash money.
why did they take the first 100,000?
They said they doing an investigation on it.
Make sure it's
legit.
okay. So why not just write a check for the car?
The thing is, I'm a rapper. How I live my life, I don't believe in chicks. I don't want to go to the car lot with no chick. My dream I always dreamed about was going in the bank, getting $500,000 out, and taking the car lot $500,000, putting the money on the disc. Like, give me that ghost right there. Like, so where I come from, we don't believe in taking chicks to the car lot. We take cash money. It's still legit. It's this chick. This the chick right here. This the chick.
I'm sorry. You have to forgive me. I rarely ever see somebody with $100,000 in cash in their hand.
I told 100,000 on me everywhere I go. The world know me. They know what's going on with me. I go by now. I'm a black young star rails on 3 level CMG. Everybody know I told 100,000. That ain't nothing. This ain't nothing. I might throw this in the strip club tonight just because they made me mad.
What's the deal here?
I went in the bank. You know, I got 200,000 on my account, and I was in the bank, and I come out the bank. I see the police. I'm walking to the car. I see one of them putting my bag like him. So they come bum rush me at the car and put me on the ground, put guns to my head, you know, like. So I'm like, what I do? And then later was like, I was supposed to have 200,000 on me. So I'm like, I'm a millionaire. Like, how can I not have 200,000 on me? They said somebody wrote a bogus check, and they thought I did a bogus check too, but I'm legit. So they confused me with whoever they was looking for. They confused me with them and thought I was doing something bogus. Until they realized, when they checked my account, saying I was worth 1.3 million, and they realized, you know, he a multi-millionaire. So we gotta let him go. And they apologized to me, but they just took 100,000 of my money. I'm finna go to the police precinct right now and go get my other 100,000. So I'm finna get my money from them, and I'm finna get out the city. I gotta roll.
Okay, so I'm sorry, but I gotta ask you, what are you doing with $200,000?
I'm finna go buy me a vehicle. They got the new Mercedes Benz out, you know, like the Maybach.
All right. Sorry about that, fam. I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. All right, I'm back. Okay. So a lot of stuff we're gonna talk about. Can't be on here too much longer, but there's a lot of stuff we've got to talk about. Now we know that the governor of first, before I talk about the governor of Maine, we got to talk about in that Eric Garner case where Eric Garner got killed, and this is how white supremacy is working right now. This Eric Garner, hold on. Eric Garner got killed by a group of white males. The one who killed him was Daniel Pantaleo. With the chokehold, Eric Garner got choked to death by white male cops. And they let them go. They did not punish these cops. It's kind of hot in here. And this is how deep, which I'm not shocked, which I'm not shocked, but this is how deep white supremacy is. The only officer who got charged, they charged an officer who was a black lady who was there, who was they said she was the supervising sergeant or whatever, but they ended up charging a black female officer who didn't have anything, she didn't do anything to Eric Garner. They charged the black female, her name is Kizzy. What was Kizzy's last? She had Kizzy, which sounded like it's from the movie Roots, the slave name. They ended up charging the black female officer who didn't even touch Eric Garner. Their excuse, they charged her because she didn't do anything to stop it. Now that woman, that they used her as the fall guy. They used her as the fall guy. Because even if she did stop it or speak out against it, they would have thrown her under the bus. Those white-controlled police unions, she had no power there. She got played. And that's what black folks have to understand. When they put y'all in these little jive-ass positions, they use that against you. They put you in these positions with these cool little titles, but you're powerless. So when shit goes down, they use you as the fall guy. Because we love walking around with our titles. You can't do shit, and then when shit goes bad, you get blamed. That's how white supremacy works. That's how white supremacy works. Oh, they don't care about you. And what's so interesting, where are all these Blue Lives Matter people? Where are all the Blue Lives Matter people? I ain't heard nothing from all the Blue Lives Matter. They sure ain't stepping up to speak up for her. Now when Pantaleo and all those dudes, when they choked Eric Garner, they stood up with Pantaleo. How come the Blue Lives Matter people never step up for black cops? You notice that? Whenever black cops get charged with something, the Blue Lives Matter people are like crickets. When the black cop shot the little white boy down there in Louisiana, Blue Lives Matter, and I say that with quotes, they were quiet as damn church mice. They didn't say nothing. So it ain't about no damn Blue Lives Matter. Blue Lives Matter is something else. Blue Lives Matter means white supremacy matters. Understand that. When somebody's talking about Blue Lives Matter, no. They mean white supremacy matters. They don't give a damn about a cop in blue who's black. They don't care about a black cop. They are very quiet about black cops when they do something. So it ain't about blue, it's about white. But I digress. And speaking of white supremacy, again, black folks are still gushing over the Ron Clark Academy, the Ron Clark teacher going around. He's going around the country on a buck dancing tour with his students. They're dancing and cutting a jig. They were on Fox. Let me find that interview. Hold on. Let me find that. Let me find that real quick. I knew I wanted to show y'all something. Oh, let me find that, family. Hold on one second. Hold on. Let me find that interview they did on Fox. Academy. Fox News. All right, let me find that real quick. They were just on Fox News the other day. Oh, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Hold on, let me find that for you this week. Okay, here it is. Here it is. Here it is.
Your kid's math teacher can add, but
Okay.
can he do this?
Okay. Let me let y'all see this. Let me let y'all peep this real quick. Yeah, they were on Fox News. And again, all this jumping around and dancing and Jubilee Plantation. And like I said on my show, all of these black folks co-signing it. You don't need to do all that to teach black children, because down in Atlanta a couple of years ago, there was a black teacher, I think his name was Barry Browner. Barry Browner, I think that's his name. Barry Browner did the exact same thing. He was dancing with his students. They were dancing in class, made a video, and his ass got fired. The black teacher, Barry Browner, I think that's his name, family. Y'all can look that up for me. But that brother got fired for dancing with his students. And then when I pointed this out, all the Negroes came up with a million excuses. He had them on the desk, though. The Ron Clark Academy, they were on desk too. They were on desk too. They got a video where the kids are dancing on the desk at the Ron Clark Academy too. So miss me with that one. They can miss me with that excuse too. That's another excuse they were using. When they were on the desk though. No. The Ron Clark Academy, they got a Harlem Shake video where they were on the desk too. Do I trust Mark Dice? Absolutely not. I think he's a white supremacist. I think Mark Dice is a white supremacist. So I do not trust him at all. No, I don't trust him. I trust him to be a white supremacist. Because he says a lot of real slick stuff. He mixes in some real information, but he is a white supremacist, so it's tainted through the views of a white supremacist. All right, hold on 1 second. 1 second. Hold on, fam. Hold on 1 second, fam. Okay, let me show y'all this one too. Hold on. Hold on 1 second, fam. I'm downloading a lot of stuff here. Y'all bear with a player. Man. Tim Wise, I like Tim Wise. Tim Wise is cool. All right, so let me show a couple of these videos. All right, let me see some show download file. Okay, now hold on 1 second. Let me get it together. I'm still getting it together here. Now, the people that, like, again, the black teacher was. Let me find his video too. Let me play all of it, put it all in context. Hold on. Let me find his too. Let me put it all in context here. Okay. What is that teacher's name? I think it's Barry Browner teacher. Okay, I can't find it now. Teachers in the Harlem Shake. Okay, I don't have the link now. I wanted to show the black teacher doing the Harlem Shake. Then he got fired for doing the Harlem Shake. And a lot of black folks were like, well, they were dancing on the desk. That's why he got fired. They put the kids in danger. He was dancing on the desk. He shouldn't have been dancing on that desk. That's dangerous. That's the difference. But at the Ron Clark Academy, they did a video a while back. Hold on, if I can find it. Hold on, I can't find shit, everybody. Hold on 1 second. Let me find that. Okay. All right, here we go. All right, now this video was at the Ron Clark Academy right here. So y'all can stop with that. Y'all can stop with that whole, oh, the kids were in danger. There were kids, if you saw the video, there were kids on the desk. There was one kid hanging off the ceiling. So let's stop with that whole kids were in danger bullshit. Because the kids were in danger at the Ron Clark school. Black folks got a million excuses to just divert from the fact that they just give props to white supremacy. Oh, black people got every excuse in the world. Just say white people and white supremacy butters your heart. Your heart just fills with butter when white people do stuff. Just say that. Well, the black teacher should, because when the black teacher was dancing in school, they were interviewing people. They were like, well, this dancing, that has no place in a classroom. Oh, they were hell on that, brother. That type of stuff ain't got no place here. You dig? Now, this is an interview that they did recently, the Ron Clark Academy. And again, I'm just not all for all the buck dancing and all this old stuff. I'm not for all that old buck dancing. But the Ron Clark school, there's a white teacher who's teaching these black kids, and it's the whole white savior thing, that blackboard jungle thing where the white savior goes into the Negro schools and tames the savage nigger children who can't learn except for the grace of the white beneficent master who speaks their nigger language by dancing. You dig? That goes into that whole jigaboo stereotype. I ain't with it. I don't give props to it. I'm cool. You ain't got to do all that jumping around and all that for black kids like they can't learn. And watch this interview on Fox. Catch some of the slick shit low key that a lot of folks, black folks, don't even catch. But Pete.
Your kid's math teacher can add, but can he do this? Well, that video of students from the Ron Clark Academy dancing with their middle school principal and the founder of the school, Ron Clark, has gone viral with millions of views all across the world. Ron and some of those students join us now live from Ron Clark Academy. Good morning. Thanks for being with us.
Good morning. How are you?
Ron, you have quite a unique story. So somehow you get in touch with Oprah. She says you need to write a book about manners and respect that your grandma teach you. You do so. You make all kinds of money, and you open up this school. How was it unique?
It's different because, well, number one, we took the money from the book and put it into a foundation to buy an old factory in downtown Atlanta, and we turned it into a school like no other. We use passion, energy, and creativity to get our kids to be excited about learning, but then every week we open our doors and we invite educators from around the world to come to our school, to sit in our classes, to learn from our methods. And up to this point, we've had 32,000 educators to come here to see what we do and then to take it back to their classrooms to implement it.
So, Mason, has this gotten you excited about just dancing or doing well in the classroom, too?
This has gotten me very excited about learning because I know when we learn, we're doing something very fun as well. It gets me and the rest of my classmates here at the school very excited, very engaged with the lesson, and it gets me especially focused. It gets me in track, on the same page as my teacher, and I'm still gaining that knowledge that they're trying to teach to me in a very fun and innovative way.
Well, you're very well spoken. How old are you?
I am 12 years old.
Did this white woman just say that this little black boy was well spoken? Did you catch that? A lot of y'all don't catch that. That's an old thing. Where if a black person, a lot of y'all might be a little too young to catch whenever a white supremacist suspect says that a black person is well spoken, that's a backhanded fucking compliment. That's always been a very backhanded compliment. That's always been a backhanded compliment. When they say some shit like that. Chris Rock did a joke about that back in the day too. They never say white children are well-spoken. Never. You never, ever hear that white children are well-spoken. Never. So, if he's not doing nigger babble, he's well spoken. He's supposed to talk like he got sense. He's talking like a regular kid. Truth be told, most black children are very articulate. Forget about the stereotypes. Because the white supremacists, they love to believe, and they love to get dumb niggas to believe too, that black children are inarticulate. That's a lie. Most black children are very articulate. They know how to speak. Most of our children know how to speak. But if a black kid is mumbling, that's odd, because you shouldn't be mumbling, because you should not be miseducated. You shouldn't be mumbling around and babbling your words, because you, in a civilized society, you're supposed to get a proper education. If you're not getting educated properly, you have to look into why that is happening, and I blame white supremacy. White supremacy has always been the culprit of the so-called inarticulate black children that we have, or black people, period, because hell, we learned to speak from the white supremacists. We learned to speak what we call English now from poor white people in the South who taught us the bastardized version of English without us having to read the words. We had to phonetically learn English. We had to sonically learn it, and we weren't allowed to see the syllables of the word, so we had to learn phonetically and sonically from dumbass whites, as Paul Mooney used to say in his joke. It was the white supremacists that taught us so-called broken English, which you shouldn't teach people a broken language without them being able to read the language and articulate it correctly. So don't ever feel like it's complimentary when a person tells you as a black person, oh, you speak so well, because they try to pull that shit on me and I look at them stupid. Oh, you speak so well. Just, there's no nigger babble. They did Obama like that. Remember, who did Obama? It was somebody who did Obama like that. They said, Obama, oh yeah, he talks good. He doesn't talk in Negro dialect. It was a politician who said that. MG, I do. I talked to him yesterday, as a matter of fact. He's good. MJ Music, I talked to him yesterday. He is good. Yeah, Harlem, yeah, they try to get you on that, especially kids. And even when I was a kid, they'd be like, oh, you talk so well. Like, what the fuck is this bitch think I'm supposed to sound like? I always wondered that. I talk well. I'm supposed to talk like this. I never felt... Because you tell a coon start feeling like he's special. I do talks good. Oh, bless the Lord. The white Lord gave me verbals and nouns. Oh, yeah, it was Harry Reid that said that. He said Obama, he didn't talk in Negro dialect. But that's a very backhanded compliment. Well, let me play the rest of this video.
12 years old, so the school teaches between 5th and 8th grade. Jaden, how about you? When you wake up in the morning, are you pretending like your belly hurts so you don't have to go into school, or do you look forward to going to school?
I always look forward to going to school because this is an amazing school, as you see. I love how they incorporate the fun and the lessons. Like Mason said, they put all their heart into teaching us every day, and that's what makes it so special.
Well, Ron, you seem to be a trailblazer for working with these multiple intelligences and getting kids, you know, ready and fired up to learn inside the classroom, not just on their dance moves. What advice do you have for teachers across the country who are struggling to get their kids to pay attention?
I would say we have the most amazing staff at the Ron Clark Academy, and what makes our staff great is that they have passion, they love kids, they build relationships, and that's what I would say to educators across the country, is that you've got to find a way to relate to kids these days, because if we don't relate to them, if we don't show them that we can meet them where they are and that we understand what they're interested in, we're going to lose them, and we want these kids to love to learn, and if you make a school that's exciting and filled with passion, you're going to have kids that want to become educated, and they'll be lifelong learners.
It's like the mega churches that are changing the way they have their service.
Meet them where they are. Okay, you meet them where they are. Just sit them down and teach them. You don't have to get up and do the Quan. Okay? That we got to meet them where they are, and they they love nigger dancing. Now those kids talking, those are no, those are not the kind of kids that dances they don't dance all the time. Contrary to popular belief, a lot of black kids ain't dancing around all the damn time, but they want to handle business, they want to learn.
To reach the younger demographic too. Ron, I can't wait. Without further ado, will you take it away and show us some of your dance moves?
Yeah, y'all ready, kids? All right, here we go.
Bitch can't do it like me. Bitch can't do it like me. No. Bitch can't do it like me. No. Bitch can't.
Okay. Or some of them kids, they got the bucking of the eyes going, don't they? So do you see? I saw a few eyes bucking. Oh, I saw some bucking of the eyes. Wait! Wait! Oh, we don't have to be on the plantation all the time. Oh, God. Don't that make you cringe when you watch it? You're like, oh, God. We gotta dance like a bunch of fucking pickaninnies. Oh, God. Okay. It looked like a big minstrel show, dude. We don't have to do all that. It looked like a fucking plantation minstrel show. Looked like Gone with the Wind, the musical. We don't have to. Dude, our kids can learn. You got wonderful black educators out here doing great things. Iliamode School up in the Bay. You got... There's a school out in Chicago. There's a black teacher out there. This brother has a black African-centered school. These kids are on top of it. They giving this dude all these praises and props for doing the Millie Rock. Y'all act like people like Dr. Steve Perry out of Connecticut. Look up Dr. Steve Perry. Black man educator. Doing great things. This brother has his students on point, man. Dr. Perry, he has a show, I think, on TV One, like Save Our Boys or something like that. Brilliant brother. He has his students on point. They ain't doing the Millie Rock. You just sit them down and get somebody who cares, somebody who's passionate, who wants to teach them and talk to them. You ain't got to bust a quan and do the fucking nay-nay.
No, bitch can't do it like me. Bitch can't do it like me. No, bitch can't. Do it like me. 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 Do it like me.
All right. Okay. Hot brother, nigga, if you ask me that question one more time, stop asking me the same shit, man. Hot brother. Fuck is wrong? You nigga asking the same shit. Yeah, Brother Perry is great. Brother Perry is great. Give him his props. Do a movie about Perry, Steve Perry. But all of the bucking of the eyes, they got the bucking of the eyes down already. God damn. They just dance. Oh, God, I cringe. Right! Oh, the bucking of the... Oh, God, it's... Oh, oh God. I can't take it. I want to just go and slap the pan of biscuits out of the parents' mouths. The parents are eating butter biscuits. Oh God. I know those are our babies. I love our babies. Those are our babies. I'm not trying to disparage our babies, but damn. They ain't got to do all that, man. Speaking of stereotypes, but earlier we talked about the governor of Maine. What's his name? Paul LePage, the governor of Maine. Now this guy, straight up white supremacist. The governor of Maine. Now he's been in trouble before for saying slick little racial shit. He told the NAACP to kiss his butt. He told them to kiss his ass, and he's known for saying little slick racial shit. Now he's the governor of Maine. Now Maine is a state on the East Coast. Maine is, I think, literally the whitest state in the country. Maine is a very white state. It's the whitest state, I think, literally. And in many of these states and cities around the country, I'm going to get on that so-called adopted son he has in a minute. I'll get on that in a minute. Because Paul LePage, when he was getting all that criticism from the NAACP, he was out there talking about, well, hey, my son is black. He has a quote-unquote adopted son. Let me get a picture of that real quick. Hold on. He has a black son who he's going around acting like he adopted him, but he's not. He did not adopt that dude. Hold on. Paul. Son. Hold on 1 second. Let me get this shit straight. Let me get on Paul LePage and this so-called... My startup just is full. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Let me... I hate when... Hold on. Because my startup page and all this stuff is full. Hold on. I gotta get all this shit off my computer. Because it's watch, stop, continue. Okay, I can't do all that. Okay. Hold on 1 second, fam. Y'all just rock with a player. Just rock with me for 1 minute, everybody. Okay, hold on. All right, let me put this LePage picture of the LePage family, because he's going around talking about his adopted black son. And I did some research, and the guy he adopted, quote unquote, he didn't legally adopt him. The dude, hold on, let me show a picture of him, by the way. The black guy is the son of he's from Jamaica. He's more of an exchange student. He's more of an exchange student. Now, this is the LePage family. Hold on. All right, so that's the LePage family with the black so-called adopted son and the son kneeling down like a fucking pet. They literally have the dog up and the Negro on the ground, okay? So forget about the symbolisms there. But Paul LePage was in Jamaica vacationing. He had a black golf caddy, and the black golf caddy, that's the guy's, the teen's son. I mean, that's his dad. So the golf caddy son came over here while he was a teen. It wasn't like he adopted him as a kid or whatever. He was an older teen, and he went to live with the LePage family, basically, I guess, on some student exchange shit or whatever. But it sounded like he just might be the house servant. This nigga's old. It's not like he adopted. He didn't adopt him. The nigga was damn near grown. So this motherfucker's probably like a little old servant, like a golf caddy or something. You dig? So that's not his fucking son. We're going to do a story on Melanoid Nation about that, and so I can provide the receipts. He did not legally adopt that dude, so he's not his son. He's just some nigga in the house. I know it looks photoshopped. Yeah, he just got some Negro like, hey, I'm not racist. Look at this nigga I got in my house. It's that. Basically, But LePage, Paul LePage, and this is deep. He did they had a city council meeting, like a little meeting. And Paul LePage, and this is how the white supremacists do. They have these meetings all the time. They have all types of little private think tanks. They have little town hall meetings where they come up with ways all day, every day to harm black people. So this white supremacist, Paul LePage, is sitting up here and he's being filmed. He was like, well, you know, another problem we have these drug dealers named D-Money, Smoothie, and what's the other name? And it was another name. What was the other name? It was D-Money, Smoothie, and what was the other name? Some fucked up stereotypical name. What was the other name? Swifty, yeah. Swifty. This nigga said these names. D-Money, Smoothie, and Swifty, who come to Maine because they got so much dope out there. So instead of him, because again, like I was saying earlier, you got all these states where all the white people are strung out on meth and heroin, drugs that black folks don't use or rarely sell. Black people don't really sell no heroin, truth be told. But instead of taking responsibility for the white drug epidemic, no, the problem with the drugs in Maine, because there ain't no black folks in Maine to blame, is only 3 niggas in Maine, so you can't blame the black people for the damn meth and heroin epidemic. So this motherfucker blamed black men from New York and Connecticut. He said, well, it's people like D-Money, Smoothie, and Shifty coming in from New York and Connecticut. They come up here and sell their dope, and they get white women pregnant before they leave. And people went, what? And that's another problem. That's what he said. He said they come up to Maine, sell dope, get white women pregnant, and then leave. And he said that's going to cause another problem down the line. Like, what the fuck? So that's that old Othello thing I told y'all about a few weeks ago on my show. That Othello thing where if white women are dating or laying up with black men, they have to be drugged. They must be on drugs, just like Cosby. It's that whole Cosby thing. If a white woman had sex with Cosby, he must have drugged her. That's that Othello thing that these white supremacists, they love using the Othello's bullshit. First of all, just take responsibility for all the fucking meth addicts and heroin addicts in Maine. Y'all just got a bunch of fucking meth addicts out there. Black folks don't fuck with meth like that. We don't sell it. We don't use it like that. We just don't. And heroin, we don't really rock with heroin like that. We ain't got time to be cooking shit up. Nigga, you give a nigga some baking soda and some work and a stove. That's about it. That's as much as we'll do in the dope game. With heroin, you gotta mix it, cut it, chop it, all that old shit, and weigh in. We ain't trying to do all that bullshit. And also, if Shifty and Smoothie, and first of all, these names, this motherfucker's been watching old episodes of Starsky and Hutch, these old ass stereotypes. That's why I told y'all about T-Dog and all those names that these white supremacists come up with, these stereotypical names. Smoothie. I wish I met I ain't never met a nigga named Smoothie. I changed my Twitter name to that. My Twitter name is now Smoothie the D-Boy. That's such a stupid fucking name. Smoothie. And dude, if a dude got some work in New York, he's gonna sell it in New York. Shit. He's gonna sell his work in New York. You go all the way up there to Maine. Niggas, a real street cat know to stay away from some of them small ass cities. That's another thing. If you hustling, you stay away from some small ass towns where you'll stand out. You know you'll stand out in a city like that, or a town like that, or a state like that. You'll stand out if you're D-Money. You stand out like a sore thumb in a state where ain't no Negroes. And if you get caught, they're gonna throw the book at you. You know, it's The risks outweigh the reward. And just like when they were having the meeting, and this is the thing that a lot of people overlook. He was like, yeah, D-Money and Smoothie and Swifty, they coming up here selling their dope and getting white women pregnant and leaving. We're going to have stiff felonies for them. You dig? That's a lot of things people missed. He's talking about racializing felonies. We're going to have stiff, harsh felonies for that. So the felony is going up there getting with the white women. That's the real felony. That's what it was really about. That's why you got so many black folks in jail. You got these white supremacists coming up with these racially based laws, putting black folks in jail for any minor infraction, these draconian laws. So black folks are going to have to stop lying to themselves and beating themselves up about, man, we need to stop doing all this shit. Dude, you live in a system called white supremacy where they make the punishment stiff for you. You dig? But yeah, these people sit up and they have these think tanks and these meetings about black folks all the time. When you're not, and he's getting bold, and he's such a white supremacist, Paul LePage. Because he's in hot water for his crazy ass comments now. But when he did a press conference, he tried to clean it up. Basically, he apologized to white women. Like, well, I didn't mean to offend white women. I just meant women in Maine. He didn't apologize for the D-Money and the Smoothie bullshit because he meant it. See, these white supremacists are not apologizing for their white supremacist views. You say, oh, black youngsters the kind of guy to go up to Maine. Yeah. A real hustler, no, you don't go to no place like Maine to move no work. Them small town local yokos, you know, they'll throw the book at you in these small towns. Trying to make a name for themselves. They'll throw the book at you in these small ass bullshit cities. So you definitely don't go there to get your grind in. That's hustle rule number one. Stay out them small local yoko towns. Like you go to recruit a cop or whatever. Yeah, he told the NAACP to kiss his ass. So yeah, these white supremacists are getting bold, man. These white supremacists are getting bold as hell. By the way, man, y'all got to check out my new lecture. I got a new lecture up called Breaking the Cycle. Y'all can get that, stream it now at TariqRadio.com. My new lecture called Breaking the Cycle. You can stream it now at TariqRadio.com. You can get that now. Yeah, who in the hell goes to Maine if you in New York or damn Connecticut and you can do all you need to do right there. You dig? Yeah, these white supremacists are bold, and they're out there in Oregon right now. You got all types of white supremacist groups out there in Oregon right now with guns drawn on the federal government. And the federal government, they're treating them with kid gloves. And again, you got to understand that happens because you live in a system of white supremacy. You always got to put it in the context of that. You live in a system of white supremacy, so therefore, people who are classified as white, they're going to get a pass when they do shit. Vermont is small too? Yeah. Yes, indeed. All right, y'all, let me get upstairs. I'm hungry as shit. I got to go eat me something. I'm hungry as shit. All right, y'all, but look, go get tickets to join me in the Bay. I'll be in the Bay area. It's going to be packed in the Bay. Y'all better get your tickets now at TariqLive.com. Get your tickets to join me in the Bay. I will be in the Oakland, Berkeley area. It's going to be off the chain. It's going to be lit. It's going to be crunk. It's going to be on fleek. Get your tickets at TariqLive.com. And also, I'm going to be in Cincinnati. And that's January 30th when I'll be in Oakland, San Francisco, Berkeley. And also get tickets to join me on February 6th in Cincinnati, Ohio. All right? So it's going to be off the chain up there, TariqLive.com.